Hello, dear friends, and welcome to the English section of my channel. It's been a while. So, it feels like everyone with a YouTube channel has already made a video about the movie Barbie. Everyone with a YouTube channel has already reviewed the Barbie movie. They've argued whether or not it's feminist, whether or not it's woke, or is it secretly conservative. So, whatever your point of view is, you can find a video that confirms it. But in my review, I want to direct your attention to something else about this movie, namely the cast of actors, and how the cast of actors represents the rather disturbing and upsetting, disgusting concept of nepotism, crony capitalism in the show business, just like everywhere else, but this time it is in show business that we observe this. You're probably, at this point, you don't have an idea as to what I mean, so at first I want to start with the definition of nepotism. The practice among those with power or influence of favoring relatives, friends, or associates, especially by giving them jobs. Now, Margot Robbie is a beautiful woman, but the key word here is that she is a woman. And no amount of super expensive editing, super expensive special effects, super professional movie editors that have been employed in the making of this movie — it's a very high budget movie — no amount of that can conceal the reality. The age-related changes, you could tell there's already the wrinkles. She's 33 years old. The wrinkles, the age-related changes in the skin. And you may at first criticize me, how come I'm such an ageist, but just wait. I'm gonna prove my point, and hopefully you will agree that this is bad. Casting actors for roles which they're already too old for is bad, and it's not fair. It's not fair. That's the key word. Then there's Ryan Gosling. So Margot Robbie is a beautiful woman for her age. Barbie is a Barbie girl. It's a youthful, beautiful baby face with glowing, fresh skin, and you can already tell, with all of the editing, she does not look like a fresh Barbie girl. She's not a girl. And then there's an even more blatant case of Ryan Gosling. He is almost 10 years older than Margot Robbie. He is a man, an older man who is on his 5th decade of life. He is 40 plus, 42. And so this movie about a Barbie girl and a Ken is being played by an older man and an older, mature-looking woman. So what is the problem with this? The problem is that connections, well-connectedness, the funds, the money, the well-connectedness decide whether or not you get to be seen, you get to be hired. Not your talent, not your appearance, not how well your appearance fits the role, but your well-connectedness and your money decide whether or not you're going to be hired. Do you think that there's not enough beautiful, youthful, glowing, Barbie-like, with a baby Barbie face, young actresses who would sell their, arm and leg, figuratively speaking, to be even cast for even an assistant backstage sort of role for this movie? There's miles of them. There's miles of beautiful young women and men, young men, who wait for hours. There's miles of them in line for auditioning, for audition halls. Yet, and they would look like a literal, you could find at least 10 of them that would look like a literal Barbie and have the talent to play this role. And they would do anything to be noticed. Instead, the movie directors choose an older, mature-looking woman, and all of the skill of the editors, of the production, goes into concealing her age, making her look appropriate to play a Barbie role. Imagine a young, beautiful woman and I didn't spend enough time on Ken. Ken is an even more outrageous example. It's an older, clearly aging dude who happens to be a famous actor, so he monopolizes. So those two people, they monopolize the roles. They monopolize the lucrative jobs. And they don't let the fresh faces, beautiful, handsome young boys, beautiful young girls who are also talented, they don't let them, like, they monopolize this movie industry. They don't let the young talent go through, like, they block them from accessing good roles. Imagine, so I want to prove my point. Just Google, for example, male models, like a blonde male model, for example. Like, you will be faced with hundreds upon hundreds of beautiful young men who are all aspiring actors. Let's imagine they cast this, for example, for the role of Ken. Like, there's lots and lots of young, beautiful actors or aspiring actors who unfortunately do not have the connections and the money and the power to be seen in this way. So I just want to show you a few, like, I just randomly typed young blonde male model. If you want a bleached hair, if it's like the look they're going for, there's lots of guys with like bleached hair. I'm sure they're talented. So instead, they hire a clearly aging dude who, it's like, when I watched, like, clearly aging, older, mature dude who would be a handsome man to play, like, he's not old, I'm not trying to, say anything bad about him, his appearance, but it's just he's not fit for this role. It's the result of nepotism. Yeah, instead they cast this because this has money and connections. And Margot Robbie, like, there's just Google blonde young model. There's even more female actresses. Like, in general, there's more females in the acting than there are males. Let's face it, like, first of all, like I said, Margot Robbie has like an aging face already, and then also, like, her facial features are just not those of a Barbie. Like, let's compare. Barbie doll. This is not the face, like, she doesn't have the face of a Barbie. It is okay to discuss the features of an act. Like, this is their job, to be ready to hear things about their appearance. It is not okay to discuss and diss someone for their appearance when their job is not related to their appearance. But when it comes to actors who audition for certain roles, it is okay to do it. It is literally their job. Like, they have to fit the the role they're playing. And like, the Barbie has like a youthful round face with nice cheeks. Like, Margot Robbie, you can already, first of all, like, the mouth is too large for Barbie. There's already like age-related subcutaneous, like, degeneration of the subcutaneous fat, like, which creates like this angular face. Like, she has a North European type of face, which it's just not very childish looking. And again, maybe you could say it's okay if she was cast for a Barbie role like 7 years ago. Honestly, like 7 years ago, in the movies that she starred in, she kind of looked like a Barbie. But now it's like, I'm sorry, 33 years old. It's not old for everyday life. But to play the role of a Barbie girl, it is old, and it shows. So, and those actors, like Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie, they already earned all of the money that there is to earn in the movie industry. Like, they're rich beyond most of our imaginations of regular people. But this is greed. This is holding on, like an already aging person who clearly doesn't fit the roles, but they're still like desperately holding on, even though they've got enough money. But this greed, it just drives them. They hold on to their jobs. They don't want they don't want to give way to the fresh young faces. Like, imagine if the movie cast a beautiful male model that I just showed. Like, it would be, imagine if it was a fresh face in the movie, like this blonde male model that I just showed you, and a beautiful young unknown like female model. They would become, and imagine if all of the skill of those editors, of those production specialists, if it all went into enhancing that, instead of trying to make older mature looking actors look a little bit younger. Imagine if all that skill went into beautifying an already beautiful like person, an already youthful person, an already glowing youthful face. That would be like, the amount of beauty would just strike everyone, and they would be as beautiful as Miss and Mr. Universe. Like if all that skill, all that money went into a fresh, young, beautiful, and talented unknown actor. So the problem is that those old, rich, well-connected actors do not let the young talent shine. They don't let them through. They don't let them have the roles. They don't let them be seen. And I think this is pretty disgusting, and it in itself is the example of crony capitalism, of nepotism, of all the things wrong with the system. And I want to hear your opinions. I want to see your opinions in the comments down below. So please let me know, and let me know if you thought about it. If you watched the movie already, let me know if you kind of also felt like, this is not Ken. Like, this is not Barbie girl. This is not Barbie girl. This is not Ken, a boyfriend of a Barbie girl. Like, I wish there was more fresh-looking talents who were cast for this role. Like, so much money went into this movie, and like, it would be nice to see someone fresh, new, young, and talented who has not had a chance to shine yet. Let me know if you have the same thoughts and ideas as me. Thanks for watching. See you soon.